Hello, Facebook. Thank you for joining us. I am here with my friend, and I'm sharing with her about a very important ingredient that I use in a lot of my recipes. And I want to share with you why I use this first, and then I'm going to share with you how I use it. The name of it is Irish moss. I'm sure some of you have heard of that. Irish moss contains 15 of the 18 elements that make up the human body, including vitamins A, D, E, F, and K. It also contains high amounts of iodine, calcium, and sodium, as well as sulfur, potassium, and phosphorus. Irish moss aids in bladder disorders. It's good for bronchitis. It's good for halitosis, which is bad breath. It's good for intestinal disorders like IBS, Crohn's disease. My mind is just not thinking right now. All kinds of intestinal disorders. If you've got that, you know what I'm talking about. It has a very calming effect on it because it's an anti-inflammatory, and it's very calming. So we'll talk more about that in a second here. It's good for intestinal disorders, like I said, glandular problems, goiter, if you've got swollen joints, if you've got lung difficulties like asthma, thyroid conditions, tuberculosis, tumors, ulcers, varicose veins. It also helps to soften the skin and prevent wrinkles. I do use that occasionally on my skin. Mix it with my lotion that I put on my face, and I put that on first thing in the morning, and then I go ahead and put my makeup on. You can put it on at night and wash it off in the morning. I don't think there's any hard, fast set rules. So Irish moss is a form of seaweed. This is what it looks like. This is dehydrated. It's been dehydrated and dried by the sun naturally on the beach. So it's not been processed. It's not been anything taken away from it or added to it. It's in its whole food state. And this is what you want. You want your whole food state. You don't want the flakes. I mean, you can use the flakes for the purpose of a recipe or whatever, but if you want all of the ingredients, the nutrition in it, you need to use the whole state of it. So it contains polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, poly meaning many, saccharides meaning sugars. What polysaccharides do is they feed the cells. Cells can't live without saccharides. So, and of course our body is regenerated. Each part of our body is regenerated within different time frames. Our skin is regenerated. I think we form new skin every 7 days or a couple of days. What is it?
I think it's 7 days.
I think it's 7 days too. Things like the bones and so forth, they take a lot longer. But everything in the body regenerates because the cells die off, new cells come on, and so it's really important to have polysaccharides or saccharides in our diet for this purpose, so that we can regenerate this, same younger bodies instead of the old, decrepit bodies. In later videos and studies or talks, I'll share more about that with you. The seaweed contains vitamins, minerals, iodine, like I said a while ago. There are extracts of this used. It's called carrageenan. You'll find that on some of your labels in food products. It's used for a thickening agent, basically. But when you separate ingredients from the whole food form, again, you end up with a lot of the nutrients lost that you're trying to gain. So, but anyway, it does come in the form of separate from it, called carrageenan. Irish moss has expectorant properties. It's anti-inflammatory. It's an anticoagulant. It's antihypertensive. So again, it has calming properties. It's an immunosuppressive. If you've got allergies, if you've got Crohn's, like I said, rheumatoid arthritis, it's good for suppressing that autoimmune disease, that hyperactive immune system. It has anti-diarrhea properties. Anti-diarrhea properties. Yeah. It also interferes with the absorption of things like serum cholesterol and so it can help lower the cholesterol. It possesses antiviral activity. Irish moss is available in many different forms, and I'm going to show you the form that we're going to use today. There's many medicinal uses and benefits, so I encourage you to go ahead and go online, look it up. It's called Irish moss, and yeah, I could go on and on. So let's just go ahead and show you what we're going to do with this. I'm going to, first of all, this is so straight from the beach and the ocean that it's full of salt and sand. So what we're going to do is we're going to rinse this out several different times, and then we're going to rehydrate it. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse it here. I just do a quick rinse the first time, because as it soaks over the next 24 hours, the salt and sand will come out of it, and then I'll rinse it a couple more times and go ahead and use it. So, they're all nice and rinsed. The first time, let me grab a bowl here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my strainer. It's got the Irish moss in it. It's a lot easier to deal with this way than just throwing it into the water and rinsing it and having to deal with separate it, keeping it from falling down the drain. So go ahead and just fill up your bowl over the top of the Irish moss. Enough to cover it really well. Kind of push it down in there, and what I'll do is I'll grab a plate once I've got it full of water here. I'll grab a small plate, put it over the top, because if you've got a larger amount than what I put in here, sometimes it'll be sitting there poking out of the water, and you want it all nice and hydrated. It's going to, well, you'll see it tomorrow when we start the film back again, and I'll show you how we're going to use this in a very special recipe tomorrow, so join us then. Thank you.